Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. It's been a while since we've seen each other. Actually, I need to turn the music back on. Let's do that. I'll just reset. 60%. Alright. Sometimes I turn the music off when I'm playing by myself so I can watch videos and stuff. Okay, so since the last episode, I finished extending the rail out. And we now have a stone mine. In this case, I decided to use red belts since we have more miners than we do on some of the other patches. Although, looking at it, it seems like I probably could have gotten away with using yellow belts instead, but that's alright. We're going to start using more and more red belts at this stage of the game. We're continuing to scan farther away, and we can see here that we do have a fairly, well, I don't know how big this water is, but we do have another narrow point between two bodies of water that can make it easier to defend. I should probably go and take out these. We also have a uranium patch here, which we'll want to start mining sometime soon so that we can prepare ourselves to take advantage of nuclear power. And then, like I said before, we're going to want to build a wall here, build a wall over here, to try to continue to improve our defenses. But before I do any significant static defenses, what I would like to do is, number one, start making laser turrets. And number two, move up to better power options, since laser turrets do require a lot of electricity. We're still running on these two lines of steam power. I suppose we're doing okay. Looks like we've got a lot of solid fuel, so I think we can probably sustain that for a while. In fact, maybe we could even add a third line of steam power if we needed to. But generally, once you get into the late game, steam power becomes less and less attractive as an option. But anyway, with the stone coming in now, as you can see here, right now I'm dedicating all of it to make landfill, so I'm not even unloading onto belts right now. I'm just unloading into landfill makers. I do need to get rid of a few things here to give myself room. Let's get rid of the coal. There we go. Now I have 2 stacks. So I can pick up all that landfill. And basically what I've been doing is just extending our room on the right side of the base so that we can extend the bus farther. You'll see here I added, since we have this, our external iron mine now, I've added some additional lines of iron, and I use the bots to place down 2 more lines of copper, even though they're not being fed yet, but that's okay. We don't really need it at this point anyway. I can pick that up, I think. And then the iron that I'm getting from, let me turn that off. The iron that I'm getting from over here is being used exclusively for steel right now. I just fed it into the steel smelting line. I do have a takeout from these 4 to feed steel as well, but I'm prioritizing from this other line instead. And what I did here to make it simpler is I'm taking these 2 yellow belts, I merge them together with a red splitter into a single red belt. So as you know, a red belt can move 15 per second and a red belt can move 30 per second. So if we merge 2 yellow belts together, we can merge them into a single red belt with no loss of throughput. Although in this case, I suppose I could just merge them into a single yellow belt and I would still be fine, because this particular line is set up to work with a yellow belt. Yeah. All right, and then I dumped some extra yellow stuff on the ground, which I can pick up. Okay, so there's that. And then I have 4 iron lines, but I still only have 2 going to the bus, so we'll need to add those to the rest of the bus. But the copper and the iron plate parts of the bus are now fully upgraded to red belts, you know, just using my upgrade planner here. I'm still using the modular armor, but one thing I did since the last episode is I loaded it out so that we can have some personal bots. So I put in 2 personal roboports. The first tier of personal roboports will each allow you to run 10 construction bots each. So with 2 of these, I can run 20 bots, which I have here in my inventory. And then as you can see, I filtered a storage spot for the construction bots. And the reason I do that is because when you're building things with the bots, sometimes they'll pick up stone or trees or stuff that's in the way and add them to your inventory. And if you're not careful, you can get yourself in a situation where your inventory becomes full, and then when the bots come back to you, they can't get back into your inventory because you don't have any space left. So this way, I'm always guaranteed to have space for my personal bots to come home to me. All right, and then down here, I've just been clearing trees. I've been adding landfill. As you can see, I've already gotten started. These dark brown patches are where I put in landfill. And the landfill works a lot like the tiles do. You can expand the size using the plus key on the number pad. All right, and then you just click and drag and you fill in water with land. It's as simple as that. So I've just been kind of slowly adding to it. And typically I'll just go like 1 or 2 tiles at a time, just so I can keep it even. Because I don't have an awful lot of landfill, and it won't last very long, so this way I can at least complete the whole row before I run out. All right, see, so I'm down to about 100 now. All right, I got a little more than 100. I think I can do one more, maybe 2 more tiles here. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. That's not bad. Okay. So that's all the landfill I've got for now. Okay, and I want to start working towards getting the next level science packs. So we'll work on that today. I've already done all the research that I can do with the science packs that we have available. So to get further along, we will need either the production science packs or the utility science packs. And we can take a look here and decide which ones we want next. Now, the production science packs will allow us to unlock nuclear fuel processing, which will be good for power, beacons, level 3 auto assembly machines, blue belts, speed modules, and more uranium type stuff. Whereas the yellow science packs will allow us to unlock logistics system, Mark II personal roboports, portable fusion reactors, which are very nice to have. So it's a tough call. We'll also be able to research Mark II power armor. It's a tough call, but I kind of feel like I'd rather go for the utility science packs first, so we can upgrade our armor again and start getting more good stuff. Now let's see what it takes to make those. Flying robot frames. All right, we're already making those, remember? Low density structures, we're not making those yet, but they're not too difficult. And then we need blue circuits, which we are not making, but also not terribly difficult to get to. The production science packs require rails, electric furnaces, and productivity modules. Those are all a bit easier to make. But again, I think having utility science next would be nice. So we'll work towards that. In the meantime, let's start putting together some laser turrets. And I'm going to definitely automate this because we'll use a lot of laser turrets once we start building defensive walls. So we need steel, we need batteries, and we need electronic circuits. And we'll make these in the mall. So I've already got the circuits and the steel. I just need to get some batteries fed up here. So let's feed them onto a belt over here. Let's see. Yeah, that's not convenient, is it? Okay, so let's do this. Okay, where are we making the batteries? Here we go. So I'll put a splitter there, and then we'll jump across and belt up. All right, so now I got batteries heading up to the main bus, or to the mall, I should say. Yeah, and I'll just keep them on a full belt, I guess, for now. And we'll just look for a space that we can shoehorn this in, and I guess it's going to be right here. Oops, one more. There we go. All right, flamethrower turrets will also be very good. And those require engines. So it might even be better to have half a belt of batteries and half a belt of engines. I wonder if we can do that. Yeah, I'm not putting engines. I'm not putting engines on the belt. Only the electric engines. All right. Well, we'll do flamethrower turrets later, I guess. All right, for now, let's just start making some laser turrets. Okay, so I've got the circuits here. I can get batteries from... wouldn't you know it, this RoboPort is exactly in the way. Let's see, that's going to come up. That's going to come up. I need to move this RoboPort. Well, that's fine. Well, that'll extend our range anyway. Okay, and then I picked up some logistics bots while I was at it. I don't want those in my inventory. And then I also picked up some of those. Whoops. I want 20 of those. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let's talk about my loadout here. I put personal RoboPorts. I put 2 personal batteries. I put 1 belt immunity equipment. And what that does is that makes it so that you can stand on belts and you don't move anymore. As I can demonstrate here. Now I'm moving. Now I'm not moving. I like this because that avoids that when you're trying to build things and you're walking over belts, you're not moving around and misplacing your items. Okay, now this takes 12 batteries every 20 seconds, so I think a single long inserter will do the trick. And then we need some steel. This is really in the way, isn't it? Let's get this out of the way. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my personal roboport off. And then I'll use the deconstruction planner. I turned off my roboport first because I don't want my personal bots to start deconstructing that, because then they're going to give me all the ore and junk that I don't want. So if I turn off my personal bots, then the ones here in the base will take care of that for me. Okay, and I'm going to help by getting rid of that at least. Sometimes it's faster just to do it yourself. Okay, and we need another power pole. Okay, and then we'll connect it to the logistic network, and we'll tell this to run as long as I have fewer than, let's say, 100 laser turrets. This is a slow machine, so it takes a while to build those. And 100 on it, 100 at a time is actually, it's actually not that much. Let's make it 200. Once we start building a wall, we'll go through 100 laser turrets in about 10 seconds. Okay, so we got that. And then I think we need some more light up here. Okay, so we got that going. So let's start working on these yellow science packs. I'm going to make them down here, just past my iron mine. Well, before I do that, we need low density structures and blue circuits, right? So maybe it actually is a good idea to make the other science packs first, because I can build those. I can build those just with what I already have on the bus. Whereas utility science packs are going to require me to make processing units and low density structures first. I already have the robot frames, which is good. Yeah. So let's do the production science packs first. All right. So we'll clear out some more of these trees. So we have plenty of room to build. Okay. And let's clear that out. And the bots will come and repair that. This can all be picked up since that's mined out now. I'll turn my bots back on. So you can see these are my personal bots at work now. And you'll see that as they're working, my battery will slowly deplete. So what I've got now, this is an okay setup for just building things occasionally. with lots of time in between for the batteries to recharge. The roboports themselves hold quite a lot of charge. I'm not sure how much exactly. I don't know if that's indicated anywhere. Not really. But when the robots are charging nonstop, they'll use 2 megawatts of power from these things. And these little portable solar panels only make 30 kilowatts each. So with 12 of those, I have 360 kilowatts of power generation with a maximum consumption of 4 megawatts in each of these. So obviously these solar panels, especially at night, are not going to be able to power these things for nonstop use. But that's what the batteries are for. So during the day when there's light, I can recharge the batteries with these dinky little solar panels and charge the roboports, and then as long as I don't use them too heavily, I'll be able to keep up. Now, that's why I want to get to this portable fusion reactor, because this thing will make 750 kilowatts, which obviously is a lot more power. So one of those, which I think is a 3x3 grid space, or maybe it's 4x4, I don't remember. But anyway, it's much more powerful than the portable solar panels, and it works in darkness as well as in light. Let's move these poles out of the way. I don't really care for that arrangement. Let's just do this. And then that'll link that up. Okay. Okay, so let's start making science packs. So these take 21 seconds to make. And, well, it takes 21 seconds to make 3. These get produced 3 at a time. So if I want 1 per second, if I'm making 3 every 21 seconds, that's 1 every 7 seconds on average. So that means that I need 7 machines making the science packs. All right, so let's just place our first building. We'll put it right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And each one of these needs 30 rails. So I have been making rails over here, but because we're going to be cranking out a lot of those for the science packs, I think that instead I will stop making them over here and I'll just make them over there and make extra. Or, no, since I've already set it up, I might as well leave it there. So I'll just make it over here and I won't make extra and I won't store any. I'll just get what I need to build with from the mall, and the one over here, this will be for science packs only. Okay. So 30, we need 30 every second. No, I need 10 every second. Hang on. I have 7 of these. So these are going to complete, I'm going to complete 1 production cycle every 3 seconds. Right? Because I have 7 of them, and it's 21 seconds each. So that means every 3 seconds I'll complete 1 production cycle from one of these machines. And that means that I need 30 rail every 3 seconds, which is 10 per second. And my stone mine is getting attacked. So we are going to have to make a little bit of a detour. I don't have any more gun turrets. Let's crank out a few. And then I just have to slowly run over here, get in a train, and go up there and kill the biters, and then come back and then run back again. Later on, when we have better power armor and more electricity, hold on. Wait for me, please. That was at the stone mine, right? Yeah. Later on, we can make these exoskeletons, and this will increase our run speed. It's a very nice upgrade, but we don't really have the stuff to make it yet, so we'll have to wait on that. And I don't know if they just... Oh, yeah, I do have turrets here. I just don't have enough, obviously. Huh. Okay, well, let's put a couple turrets around here. There we go. And then I'll jump back in the train, and I won't wait to fill up. We'll just go back now. Hopefully we'll be protected with those few additional turrets. All right. Keep an eye on your trains when you're crossing these tracks, because the trains will run over you. Jeez, this turret is a hero. 309 kills. We should go give it some more ammo, though. It's running low. Still plugging away at that copper. There, I'll just give it... this one's not doing much. I'll give it a full stack. That'll be a good place to put some laser turrets. You know, some of these farther away things. Or actually, the mining outposts are probably the best place to start putting them, since they're so far away. And then we don't have to worry about adding ammo. Okay, so let's now go back to what we were doing. So 10 rails per second. We normally can make 4 per second, since we can build 2 at a time. Here, let's put another... Should put another roboport out here to extend our range. I might need to move it as we build up the rest of this, but at least for now I'm inside the orange zone so the bots can take care of me. Okay, so we need 10 per second. One machine can make 4 per second because it's 2 rails at a time and it has a half a second crafting time. So we need 3 machines making rails to feed these 7. And I wonder if there's a way that we can direct feed. 1, 2. Well, not with 3, but we could do it with 4. Okay. And this needs stone, steel, and iron sticks. Now let's look at the numbers again. 10 per second. 10 per second. So that's 4. That's 4 rails per second, or that's 2 production, no, 10 per second. I get 2, I get 4. How many production cycles is that per second? 5, right? Since I get 2 at a time, I need 5 production cycles per second. That means I need 5 stone, 5 steel, and 5 iron sticks per second to feed these. And that should be quite doable with half yellow belts. Now the iron sticks, I think I'll just put the iron sticks on a belt. Per second, that means I need 5. So I need 5 iron sticks per second. And for that, I need 3 iron stick machines. Or no, 2, because I can make 4 per second. Okay. And I think I'll do this just so, well, no, that's not necessary, is it? No, two of each per second. I think we'll be able to feed it with a single set of inserters. Okay. So I'll just do this. And then we can throw in some lights so we can see what the heck is going on. Okay. So stone, steel, and iron plate over here. Whoops. So we'll bring up, since that power pole's right there, we'll just bring up the iron plate like this. Let's throw in a light here. And then this belt will be a shared belt of stone and steel. Okay. So let's use our bots again. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to click and drag. And that'll extend our bus. Alright, I'm going to turn off my personal bots again so that the base bots do this. Okay, there's steel. And stone. You can do this from map view too, by the way. In fact, it's a little bit easier to do in map view because you can use the arrow keys to move, and that helps you keep things in a straight line. All right, and that's a quick and easy way to extend the bus. No, that's not copper. What do I need here? Steel and stone, right? Okay, so we could do this. All right, and at this point, I'm probably going to have to start unloading the stone onto the bus and not just turning it all into landfill. Okay, and then this is iron, so for that I need the red. I need to use a red splitter here, since we're pulling off of red belts. Whoops. And let's set my output priorities. And then we can use a yellow belt from there. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to add a second red inserter on the bottom since we're pulling 2 items. That way it'll have an easier time keeping up. Okay, so we got that part licked. Let's go take care of the stone. I'll go ahead and turn my personal bots back on. I think there's a hotkey for that. Yeah, Alt-R. Take a sip of my iced tea. Got to keep those vocal cords lubricated. Okay, so now I'm going to pick up these factories. And I can't pick up all the landfill. So what I'll do... Oh, I can't do that either. Okay. Here, let's... I'll dump all that landfill in there. Here, I'll just put a storage... Oh, brother. Okay. Let me show you a little trick. If you need to pick up lots of stuff and you don't have room, go to your logistics tab and turn it off. Put down a couple chests. Control click on an empty spot in your inventory, and it'll dump everything into the chest. Now you turn off logistics first because you can see that you're requesting all these items. So if I do that and then I come over here into orange logistics zone, there's going to be a swarm of bots trying to bring all this stuff to me. So that's why I turn it off first. And then you can go and you can pick up all the junk that you need to pick up. Okay, I'll replace that with a steel chest so I get my storage chest back. I'll just throw the storage chest over here. Dump in all the landfill. Or, actually even better, what I can do is I can just control left click it, dump it into my trash slots. And then the logistics bots will come and pick it up for me. Here I've got some more. I still can't pick up all my stuff. Alright, I'll just leave the rest there. Okay, and then I can turn this back on. And the bots will come to pick up the stuff in my trash slots, and then when that's cleared up, I can start picking up the rest of it. Until then, I just want to do something like this. So that we can get some stone fed from here onto, whoops, Control Z to undo. There we go. Oh, let's turn my bots back on. Oh, they were on. Okay. Now sometimes you'll have your personal bots on and they still won't build stuff like this. And the reason for that is that there should be already some construction bots. Yeah. See, these construction bots or no, those are logistics bots. So why isn't this getting built? I think there should be some construction bots. Oh, okay. Yeah, here they come. There were construction bots already queued up to do that job, and that's why my personal bots were not doing it. Okay, and then I'll go merge, merge, and then let's just merge those into a single red belt. Or actually, let's go into 2 red belts from there. Actually, we need to upgrade those to red as well. So we can merge 4 yellow belts into 2 reds. Yeah, and like we said before, I kind of painted myself into a corner over here, which makes it a bit more difficult to deal with, but we'll get it. Okay, so now I should be able to pick up the rest of this. There. Now all the landfill's picked up. Alright, so let's send this stone down there. We'll do it over here. Now, when you're crossing, for example, red belts and yellow belts, as much as possible, I'll try to do the undergrounds on the lower tier belts. Since red underground belts are much more expensive than yellows, so that way it just kind of helps me save some of my resources. And then I'll also usually try to build the undergrounds as long as they can go. Because if I can stretch 6 tiles, it's, you know, stretching 6 tiles is the same material cost as stretching 2 tiles. And in this case, I would have to add belts. So this is more expensive than this, even though you're moving material the same distance. Right, so if you're going to use an underground belt, my advice is just to get as much out of it as you can. Alright, so now the stone we're going to run down here. Alright, so half of it is going to bricks and the other half is going onto the bus. So the part that's going on the bus, we can just run it straight across here. Now in this case I just have 1 belt crossing 2, so I'll just go ahead and leave and go underground with the red belt. And then we can pick this up. There. And then I'm going to turn my bots off, and then I'll use the upgrade planner on the rest of that belt. And we'll let the bots start upgrading it to red. All the way down the line. Okay, and then this part will pick up. We don't need that anymore. I do wish they would take this junk. Come on, guys. I just have to remember to go into the orange area once in a while so that they can catch up to me. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this rail too, since I'm not actually building anything with rail at the moment. That'll free up some more of my inventory as well. Good God, this is painfully slow. Alright. Yeah. Alright. And then we'll bring this over and join it up there. then that can actually be yellow. So we didn't really need a red belt for all of that, I guess. But okay, done with that. Let's see, I had some stone. There we go. While I'm here, let's take a provider chest and let's start putting some stone brick into a provider chest. And that way we can extend our path with bots as well. And you can just select the brick and place it wherever you want the path to extend. Bots can also remove cliffs when you have cliff explosives on the network, which comes in handy. Okay, yeah, here's another junk chest. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Get rid of the rail. Okay, good. And then we just have to wait a year and a day for... Here, let's go up here, make the job simpler. Getting more bot upgrades really makes a big difference. As you can see right now, all of this is rather slow. But, you know, just continue upgrading the worker robot speed and worker robot capacity whenever you can, and it makes a big difference. You'll see that by the time we get to the end of the series, the bots are going to be flying around and doing a lot of this stuff almost instantly. Okay, where were we? So now we need to feed furnaces and what else was it? Furnaces and productivity modules. Okay, so we'll do that next. All right, so electric furnaces, we need 3 per second, right? Or was it 1 every 3 seconds? We need 1 every 3 seconds. Right? Because one of these needs to fire off every 3 seconds. Yeah, so we need 1 electric furnace per 3 seconds. Electric furnaces take 5 seconds to produce, so we will need 2 machines making electric furnaces. So let's run this belt down this way instead, and I can feed them in from the top. Okay. And those are going to take steel plate, stone brick, and red circuits. All right, so we've already got steel there. I might not have enough. So I'm going to need 10. Yeah, I'm going to need... Well, I need 10 steel every 3 seconds, which is a little more than 3 per second. And those are using 1... Yeah, I think this might be enough. I think half a belt might be enough. Okay, we'll leave it like that. And then we also need stone brick and red circuits. So we need to expand the bus again. So again, copy paste. I'm just going to extend the stone brick. Maybe it needs to go a little further. And then I'll shift click. The underground. There we go. Okay, and I'll put the stone brick on the other half of this belt. Whoops. Not quite. There we go. Either way, I need 2 power poles. Here, let's do it like that. Okay, and then here I'm going to have a mixed belt of red and green circuits, because the other item that we need are productivity modules. Again, 1 every 3 seconds. Now, productivity modules. Productivity modules take 5 of each circuit type each, 15 seconds each, so I'm going to need 5 of these machines to make 1 every 3 seconds. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll output onto that belt here. That worked out pretty nicely, by luck. Okay. And we'll throw some lights over here. Okay, now let's extend this. I'm going to turn my bots, my personal bots back on just to help make this go faster. And I'll help out myself. Okay. There we go. And that should do it. Let's just make sure it all runs. I think I have the ratios correct. And we can upgrade this. I don't know if this needs to be a red belt or not. Let's just wait and see. Okay. Okay. And now we're making purple science packs. We'll let these fill up, and then we'll double check to make sure that we're producing fast enough. And then we have to figure out a way to get these science packs down there. I can bring them down and join them up with this belt here. Oh no, I can't. I can't because that other side of the belt is being used by the military science packs. So I'm going to need a third belt. So it'll be ugly, but I can go down below this blue belt there. And once we get the other science pack researched and we unlock logistics, I'm going to convert all the distribution of science packs to using bots. There, we don't need that. Okay. How am I going to get those in there? Oh, yeah. I have to do this a different way. My bad. Yeah, let me pick this up. Okay. Got to move that light. Actually, I'm going to have to remove all these lights. Okay, so what should we research first? Let's do worker robot cargo size. All right. Oh, and one more. Yeah, I'm missing a few here. That goes there, that goes there, that goes there. Okay, now it's working. All right, and I'll put those in there, those in there, those in there. All right, so we're doing production science packs. Now let's go make sure, I can't see it. We need another radar down on that end of the base. And we also need to place some turrets to make sure it stays safe. Let's see, I am going to grab some gears from the mall. And I'll get some iron plates from the bus. Yeah, we'll just throw down a couple more turrets over here. Okay, make sure all the machines are busy. Those are all running, those are all running. This one's not running because it doesn't have to. And most importantly, these are all running. We want to make sure that they're all running with no breaks. And so far it looks good. Actually, let me move this. I'm going to set up a couple additional machines making productivity modules so that we can start to use them. Productivity module 1s, as you can see here, provide a 4% productivity boost. Which means that essentially for every, let's see, for every 25 production cycles you get on a machine, you'll get one free item from it. When you're running a machine with productivity modules, which I can demonstrate here, let me just grab one. So let's say I put some productivity modules here in the science packs. Oh, put them there. Okay, and so these are the module slots. The blue assembly machines hold 2 module slots each. So with 2 of those productivity module 1s, I'm going to get, you can see over there on the right, a 8% productivity boost, but I also get a 30% speed penalty. So it slows down the machine significantly, but I get a 4% productivity boost. So, and it also increases pollution, and it also increases power consumption. So you can see that My power consumption on this machine is now 80% higher, and my pollution is 10% higher. But I get an 8% productivity boost. So if I were to set up all these machines with productivity modules, it would be too slow. But I could compensate for that by just adding more machines, and then I'll get an 8% bonus on my output. Now, if the output is the same, you might say, well, what's the point? Well, the point is that I'll have more machines. I'll be using productivity modules, but I'll have to run fewer machine cycles to get the same output, which means I'm going to consume less of the inputs than I would otherwise need. So the productivity modules, really what they do is they allow you to get the same output. If you add more machines, they allow you to get the same amount of output while consuming less of the inputs. So it's a good way to reduce how much resources you're consuming to make, whatever your given product is. And we'll go over that in more detail later on in this game. But the nice thing about it is, eventually we can make even productivity module 3s, which have a 10% bonus each. When you use the highest tier of assembly machines, those can hold 4 modules. So you can have one machine that has a 40% productivity boost. And then you can use these beacons. You put the beacons close by, fill those with speed modules. That'll boost your speed back up. So you can get to the point where it really boosts your production a lot, and it boosts your efficiency tremendously. I mean, it really makes a huge difference, especially like, for example, if I put productivity modules in these, and then, getting some big ones over here. I could put productivity modules in those. I can put productivity modules on this. I could put productivity modules on that. And when you put the productivity bonuses throughout your entire production chain from beginning to end, you start to see some really dramatic reduction in how much iron ore and copper ore and petroleum and stuff you have to consume to get the same amount of output. It makes a huge difference. And if you see someone like me or someone like me online making large bases in Factorio, at the end game when you're building up to mega base size, you'll almost always see extensive use of productivity and speed modules in order to achieve those outputs. So let's queue up nuclear fuel processing. Let's queue up Covarex enrichment. Those are going to take a long time, but they're good to have. And while those are running, in the next episode, we can start to set up blue circuit production and low density structures and utility science packs. And then that'll be the last science pack setup that we'll have to make until we reach the point that we can make a rocket. Let's check our power consumption real quick. Yeah, we're going to need new power soon. So the other thing we'll start doing soon is once you move beyond steam power, your other options are going to be solar panels with accumulators, which are essentially batteries. So big solar panels paired with batteries is another way to power your base. And nuclear power is another way to power your base. So we'll set up all 3 of those things. Steam power you've already seen. We can continue to scale steam power, but as the game progresses, especially when you start using all those modules, your energy consumption is going to start to skyrocket, and scaling up steam power is no longer practical. You just have to, because you're only getting about 30 something megawatts out of each column of solar, and eventually you get to the point where 30 megawatts is nothing. You know, we're going to be needing gigawatts of power. So solar panels are a good way to scale up. You know, it's infinitely scalable. The solar is very easy to build, but it's very easy to scale up. You just plop down more and more panels and batteries as you need more power, but it takes up a lot of space. And nuclear, I think, is the best option because you can make a lot of electricity in a very small amount of space. It's just that the process of making the fuel, you need to mine uranium, you need to process the uranium to make the fuel, and then you have to deal with spent fuel cells and things. So there's a lot of processing involved with that, but it's definitely the most compact. It's definitely the most compact way to get lots of electricity. So we'll spend part of this game making solar energy, so you can see how that's done, and then towards the end we'll switch over to nuclear energy so that you can see how that's done. All that's coming up. All right, long episode today. Thanks a lot for watching. Look forward to doing this again next time. See you soon.